Quick Cap News. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your man of fire himself, Halfpint, once again, and today we're going to be talking about DMC coming over to the Nintendo Switch platform. That's right, the original Devil May Cry is coming over to the Nintendo Switch platform, slated for this summer. Now this is cool and this opens a lot of doors and opportunities, but first of all, let's talk about Devil May Cry coming over to the Nintendo Switch. The original Devil May Cry is still a great game and holds up very well to this day, and is very accessible to a lot of people who play it for the first time. Bringing it to the Nintendo Switch to a portable platform I think is a great idea. Not only is it now playing this awesome action hack and slash game on a portable platform, but this is also DMC for the very first time coming over to a Nintendo platform. This seems to be testing the waters of a whole new host of people who might want to play the DMC games. With that being said, what does this mean for the future of DMC, mostly when it comes to the Nintendo platforms? This heavily seems to be something that Capcom is doing to test the waters of what would happen if they ported all the games over. What I find interesting is why not port the entire collection over? Unlike other games for the 7th generation of consoles like the Xbox One and the PS4, where they would go ahead and have collections for games like the Handsome Collection for Borderlands, where you would plop in a disc and it would individually download the Borderlands pre-sequel and Borderlands 2. What about the DMC collection? The DMC collection was its own platform. You put in the disc and it was its own separate game that hosted all 3 games, its own little application. So the question is, why are they porting over DMC by itself without porting over the collection? If it's already a game, wouldn't it be easier just to port over the collection? It's a very interesting choice for them to choose to only do the first game, but it might be possible that they're wanting to do each individual game and bring those over one at a time. I have no doubt that this is the start to bringing DMC over to the Nintendo Switch. How many games? I could see at least all 3 classic games being brought over and potentially DMC 4. Hell, I wouldn't mind getting a Switch and playing DMC 4. That would be absolutely amazing. But you guys are gonna have to tell me what you think down below of that being a possibility. Now, when it comes to Devil May Cry 5, is this possible coming over to the Nintendo Switch? This is an interesting question as it is a very demanding game, especially for a platform like the Nintendo Switch. How would you plan on bringing such a demanding game onto a smaller platform that can't handle as much? Well, if we take any cues from another game I've been covering, Doom. That's right, Doom 2016 has been ported over to the Switch as well, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. Panic Button did the job of porting Doom 2016 over to the Nintendo Switch. And from what I've heard, the game runs pretty smoothly, the downgrade isn't really that much of a downgrade, and the game has been highly overall praised when being brought over to the Switch. So is it possible for Devil May Cry 5? Well, the possibility is in the air. Hideaki Itsuno, before the release of Devil May Cry 5, talked about how they might actually release Devil May Cry 5 for the Switch if Dragon's Dogma was successful on the Switch platform. Now with the original DMC already coming over to the Switch, it seems like they're testing DMC overall on the Switch platform, and if it's successful enough, we might see Devil May Cry 5 coming over to the Switch, which I think is highly interesting. The Switch already has a lot of other games that we didn't think were possible for the Switch, so why not try Devil May Cry 5? But you know what? We'll put a pin on that. That's not even guaranteed it's gonna happen. DMC alone, Devil May Cry, the original one coming to the Switch is still a huge accomplishment. It could mean many things for the franchise in the future. Obviously, Capcom is not done with Devil May Cry. They're still doing more with it. This may be hints of the franchise being revived. Now, when will we see more iterations of Devil May Cry? Probably not anytime soon, but if I had to place my money, I am for certain that the franchise is not even close to done. If we think from a marketing standpoint, there is money to be made here from this franchise. Now that kind of sucks to hear because of course we want to see these characters that we knew and love and more of that, and we want more of the story, but thinking from Capcom's perspective, I think they might just want more of this game in general. We may see a special edition of Devil May Cry 5 coming in the future, and we may see more games coming in the future, but as we've seen here, they're definitely wanting to do more for this franchise in particular. This is something they even did before the announcement of Devil May Cry 5 in 2018. They had the event for Dante coming to Monster Hunter World where you could get his coat and his weapon. which, might I say, is really cool if you've ever played Monster Hunter World before. And then shortly after that, they announced a collection coming to the 7th generation consoles, being the Xbox One and the PS4 platform. And then shortly after that, they finally announced Devil May Cry 5. So, with that being said, can we expect to see more Devil May Cry content in the future? I would have to say resounding yes. I have no doubt we're going to be seeing more in the future. I don't know in what form. Maybe they'll try with different ideas. I mean, we already have this mobile game, Devil May Cry Pinnacle of Combat, coming to mobile platforms soon, so who knows? We might see remasters, we might see new iterations, we might see spin-offs. I can't guarantee, but I have no doubt we're going to be seeing more Devil May Cry in the future, as Capcom overall is a business and they do want to see more from already existing IPs, because new IPs can be very dangerous sometimes as a money investment. But back to DMC coming to the Switch. Not only does this say that we may potentially be seeing more games in the future, or maybe just more coming to the Switch in the future, it might be a hint at Nintendo. A lot of people have been wanting Dante on Smash Brothers, and as some people want to say it's unlikely, I mean, it's a possibility. I wouldn't bet my money on him coming to Smash Brothers, but I definitely won't rule out the possibility. I mean, if you've seen how Dante plays, he's got the moveset for it, so why not? Now, would he be coming to Smash Brothers? I don't know. It's possible. They still have more DLC characters to announce, but hey, anything is possible. Just don't get your hopes too high, because nothing is promised or set in stone. But I want to hear what you guys think. What do you guys personally think DMC coming to the Switch is? Are you guys excited? Are you guys going to get DMC on the Switch when it comes out? Do you guys think this is possibly hinting at more content in the future, not only for the Switch, but more for DMC in general? Let me know about any and all of your guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. With that being said, if you made it to the end of the video, be sure to leave a hashtag finish down below so I know you guys made it to the end of the video. With that all being said and done, I want to thank you all for watching a long time, but not a hard time. And I'll see you guys next time.